European Commission Chief José Manuel Barroso says the European Union is facing the biggest crisis in its history.
This is not a sprint, but a marathon. The task of building a union of stability and responsibility is not only about Greece. The economic look we face is very difficult. We are confronted with a negative.
Barroso was delivering his annual State of the Union speech in the European Parliament in Strasbourg, France. Barroso said more unification is critical to EU's survival, adding it was both possible and necessary to overcome EU's debt crisis. Referring to the Eurozone's most debt-ridden country, Greece, the European Commission president said the country would remain a member of the euro single currency. However, he warned that without deeper economic integration among EU member states, the 27-member bloc would face fragmentation. Well, to discuss the EU financial crisis more, we're joined by journalist and broadcaster Mr. Max Keiser, who's on the line with us from Paris. Mr. Keiser, welcome to the program. Well, Barroso more or less pointed out the main goals for the coming year, especially in relation to the Union's response to the economic crisis. My question is there any significance to what he said, especially in relation to what has been going on with different countries in Europe? To name a few, we've got Ireland, we have Greece, and add Spain and Portugal to that list as well.
Well, the crisis that Barroso speaks about is manufactured. It's manufactured by banks in Europe and banks in the United States and the United Kingdom to bring in more centralization, to bring in more unification, because it creates more fees and more opportunities for banks. So he's really trying to persuade Europeans in individual countries that they should lose their sovereignty in the service of the banking cartel.
Well, in his opening comments, I'm sure you heard, he did stress that the EU is facing its biggest crisis in history. You say that this has all been manufactured, but I think the question on everybody's mind is, well, what's next? Where do they go from here?
Take the example of Greece, for example. Most of the debt that they're dealing with came from outside of the country, from bankers who swapped legitimate financing arrangements in Greece for toxic securities as part of their effort to dump toxic securities wherever they could. So the Greek economic crisis is an attack from outside of the country. It's a financial attack. Same thing for Ireland. And so the country is under financial attack. The continent is under financial attack. And Barroso is simply making it easier for outside bankers to attack individual European countries in the service of creating a more unified European financial system in which a few bankers will get extraordinarily rich and all the individual countries will lose their sovereignty. And the population of Europe will end up paying taxes to this new European-wide central bank. Remember, in the United States, there was no income tax until 1913 when the creation of the Federal Reserve Bank came into existence. That's when income tax came into existence. Now, when Barroso brings in a central bank for Europe, then that means everyone in Europe will be asked to pay another huge layer of tax, which, of course, is great for these criminal bankers. So Barroso is merely engaging in what's called disaster capitalism. They create a crisis in order to extract wealth and to steal more money from people using chaos and taxes. So this is more of the same.
All right, many thanks. Max Keiser, journalist and broadcaster, on the line with us from Paris.